everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing good. This is going to be a bit informal. I'm not a very big fan of, super strict presentations. And this is the end of the day. And so quickly, I hope you're all as excited as I am with all the announcements that were made in the past day and a half, 2 days. Hello. This is a very exciting time for FileMaker Claris, FileMaker, kind of confusing still. I'm going to go over a bit about the FileMaker Business Alliance and how to become a partner with us. I think this is a great opportunity with all that's happening and looking into the future and all the new possibilities that are going to arise. I think it's a perfect timing to become a partner in the FileMaker Business Alliance. So without further ado, and before going into the details of what are the benefits and how to get there and so on, let's just break the ice and talk about me. So my name is Marie Normand. I am pretty funny by time, peace. And I am the EMEA Partner Manager. So I am responsible for all the FBA partners in EMEA. So Europe, Middle East, Africa, that whole place, that's all mine. There are partner managers everywhere in the different geos. There's 2 in the Americas, 1 in APAC, and 1 in Japan as well. So you'll know about them later on in the end. A bit more relaxed, so I have a lovely partner who is a FileMaker developer. And one could say that 10 years ago, I fell in love with the man and his technology all at once. So through that, I started working for his company, which is a FBA partner, platinum member. So I know all about the partnership and the FBA and everything around it from both sides, right? I also am the stepmother of 3 kids that would hate me for calling them kids because they're all grown up. And I am the full mom of 3 lovely Siamese cats, whom I love so much. So as I said, I was working for a platinum FBA partner in Montreal, Canada, which explains the French name, because I do speak French as a first language. And I moved a year and a half ago from being an FBA employee to becoming a FileMaker employee and taking care of all the partners. I'm based in London, and I very much like that city so far. So it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years. I love it a lot. On a personal note, in my free time, I love hiking, I love travels, and I might not look like your regular geek, but I'm quite a gamer. So if any of you want to chat about the next version of, I can't remember the name now, any Assassin's Creed strategy or anything like that, I'm your gal. So today, what we're going to cover, I'm going to talk a little bit about why choose FileMaker. I know I don't have to convince you. You're already here. So, you pretty much like the platform already. I'm going to go over why choose, what is the FileMaker Business Alliance and why choose it, and then talk about a bit about the benefits of being a partner and how to get started from there. And I'll have some time at the end for a Q&A. So if you have a question about anything I say, take a mental note, and at the end, I'll happily answer your questions. So why would a developing company, choose FileMaker as a platform to offer their services to their customers? Again, I'm talking to an already convinced crowd, large crowd. Happy, no, I'm kidding. So of course, from 20, 30 years ago, when we started, our vision has been the same and consistently the same throughout our evolution, right? So it's always been to make powerful technologies accessible to everyone. That's not, a big secret. We've shared that since the beginning of this keynote. It remains the same even through the evolution of the platform and the company and so on. So of course, the technologies we've been playing with have changed tremendously throughout that period, right? Before, in the beginning, we were trying to get, graphical UI and cross-platform and having a real relational development. Now you can put your app in the cloud and use RESTful API, and even more with what's coming with the new products, right? With Claris Cloud, Claris Connect, and all of that. I still need to remind myself about the names. And even more so with voice recognition, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and IoT devices and everything. The possibilities are really endless. But what we need to remember is that the vision is still the same. And it should also be kind of your vision, because that's what you do in your daily life as developers. You take the powerful technologies, and you're a pro developer, and you bring that to your customers, right? There's certainly, the gap between Thank you. No, don't go back. Don't go back. Stay in the front. Let me just get that hooked here. Is that okay? Awesome. What was I saying? So yeah, the Workplace Innovation Platform, of course, I need to lower my voice now. I don't need to scream anymore. It fills the gap in between the two. But the thing to remember is that your company is also the gap in between the two. Every software that you develop for your customers, they're what they need right in between. That's the sweet spot where we need to be. In between the appliance apps, the calendar, mail, accounting system, file sharing, and so on, and the very large enterprise system. And that gap is even easier to fill and to fulfill the needs of the customers with all the integration that we can do with Claris Connect coming on, and the cloud, and so on and so forth. Quickly, of course, with the attributes of the FileMaker platform, we enable you as developers to create those solutions for your customers, to share it to all the users through the cloud or on-premise with the server, so that they can use that software and solve their problem and continue to innovate in their workplace, no matter where they are, no matter which platform they're using. And then you can also integrate, of course, with what we saw this morning, very exciting about Claris Connect. You can integrate with different software services and IoT devices and voice recognition and so on through either the Data API or Claris Connect when it comes out. The equation of success for the Workplace Innovation Platform and any problem solver really has 3 ingredients. And I just wanted to share this with you again. You've seen that slide earlier yesterday and today again. But it really is just to underline that the ecosystem, which is our partners, is a major part of the equation. So you have the problem solver, the company that needs help to solve their problem and innovate in their workplace and get better at doing things. And you have that great workplace innovation platform with FileMaker and the rest of the other software, the other products that we're going to launch. But we also need the ecosystem to fulfill that need and help those problem solvers solve their problem efficiently. So the ecosystem, the partner program, and the FBAs in our program are essential to our success. That's for sure. And you, as a developer, you can bring those powerful technologies and make, not make, but create solutions for your customers that can be used in any device they have, either iPhone, iPad, Mac, Windows, or web. Again, I know you're convinced about this, so this was just a recap to make sure that we're all on the same line, but also to underline that you're a very important part of our equation in our success. So what is the FileMaker Business Alliance? Has any of you been in the past FBA or know an FBA or work with an FBA? You? Okay, awesome. You too. Excellent. So the FileMaker Business Alliance is really, you can see it as an umbrella within our vast FileMaker community. What do you gain by becoming a partner? So first off, you gain strength. Strength in numbers, right? We have about 1,300 partners worldwide. So those partners are your allies in your success. They can help you if you have questions. They can share best practices. They can, you can reach out to them through the partner community. I'll talk a bit about the partner community later on. You also gain strength of the Claris company. We've been around for so long. We have the knowledge of the platform, and we're there to help you. And we're there to make sure that your success will remain in the future, because it equals our success if you're successful, right? You also gain alignment. You're better equipped to know where to go by knowing where FileMaker is going with its product and where Claris is going with its new product. By being a partner, you gain that knowledge, and it helps you to align the success of your company and the future of your company in the same direction, in the right direction. And you also gain recognition. Recognition of other developers, knowing that you are a trusted partner of ours. Recognition of customers as well, knowing that you're a part of the FileMaker Business Alliance program, and also recognition from us. We know you're good because we've approved you to be in our program. Who knows what this is? The 6 pillars of excellence. One person. Good? Okay. Some years ago, we've created these 6 pillars of excellence to help our partners align with our different strategies and where the important stuff are, right? So because we've had partners that have been partners with us for years and years, for so long, some of them have specialized in very niche section, niche service, and we understand with that knowledge, with that history, that some of them, one FBA partner is very different than the other one. So we needed a way to be able to streamline those partners and make sure that it made sense for them and for us to gain benefit, mutual benefit in the program. So I'm going to go over these 6 pillars of excellence. Some partners specialize in one, but really deeply specialize in that one pillar. Some of them are more broad, and they do many of those. So it's really up to you what you opt for. There's no prerequisite. Of course, at least one is good. So the first pillar is develop. Of course, the knowledge of development is important for us because it certifies that your customer are going to get good service. There are many ways to show that you're a good developer. So you can solve very complex business challenges within your solutions. And we can see that when we review your work sample when you apply to the FBA program. Another way to ensure you have a great development skills is through FileMaker certification. Although one could say that going through a certification does not equal being a great developer, we've learned with time that just the process of going through the studying for the certification is great, and it will bring you the knowledge you need in this area. Also, some customers will rely on that as a proof of your knowledge. And on the Find a Partner page on our website, there is a way to filter to see only certified developers, for example. The design pillar is also very important for us. Being an Apple company, we know how Apple like design, and we do too. And the users, more and more, they expect beautiful software and apps, whatever the platform they use. And this is also the fact this is also the case in the FileMaker solutions they have. Even more so today with the omnipresence of smartphones, where everybody does everything on their phone, we expect to have beautiful apps and easy to use with great UI and great UX as well. So that's also a great way to align with our pillars. There are many books on the subject, many resources on our website as well. Some of our partners also, or other companies, offer classes in design that you can attend and get a diploma or a certification in to learn more about UX, UI. And even here at DEF CON, there are tracks specifically on design to help you with this, to better understand the user experience, because that's almost a science. The Innovate pillar is one that is very important for us. So this is really about having a solution or an app or a product for a very specific vertical market that you can sell to many customers. It can also be that you're specialized in a plugin or an add-on that you will sell to other developers or to customers as well. Within this pillar, there is the Solution Bundle Program, which I will talk more about later. This is a great opportunity to resell a solution that is, as you sell it as is, to many, many customers. And this is a great way to gain success because the revenues can be exponential once you have the right product to sell. Oh, hello. So for the Grow, hello, Jim. The Grow pillar is, of course, one of our most important pillars because this is our only source of revenue, licensing. So the licensing sales for our partners, we want to make sure that you understand the licensing model and the different options. And we also want to make sure that you gain from it. So we offer our partners a certain discount that they can benefit from. So you will purchase the license at a certain price and resell it to your customer at retail price. And you get to keep the difference because you'll put the work in to sell new licenses to your customers with your solution. You can also take on the renewal of the contracts for your customers or for new customers and expand their number of users with the help of the FileMaker sales as well. Then the Advocate pillar is really about lead generation. So bringing new people to the platform, getting the word out there. It can be done by having different events where you're going to talk about the platform. It can be a one-to-many event like this one, a presentation. You can participate into a trade show or a conference and talk about the platform and your company as well. So we don't want you to necessarily just do marketing for free for us. That's not the goal. The goal, right, is to have the knowledge of the platform and talk about it to make sure that the customers will come to you afterwards when they have a specific need for a workplace innovation platform solution. And remember that it can be frustrating sometimes when you do a presentation or two and you invest in this and you spend time there and so on and so forth, and you're nervous when you do the presentation, and then you're like, I didn't get any contract from that. You might not have a direct return from that specific presentation, but you've planted a seed in the head of the people that were there. And one of those people might come back to you in a year or two with a project, or they might talk to someone about the Workplace Innovation Platform and your company, and these people might have a great project for you. So keep in mind that it's never lost to do advocacy. Another great way to do advocacy would be to have a blog where you talk about different customer stories or success stories, or you talk about the platform and you spread the word again. To be active on social media, and also maybe have specifically success stories that you'll publish either on your website or elsewhere, even if you don't have a blog per se. The last pillar is the educate pillar. So some of our partners are very specifically aligned in that pillar. So they're great trainers. They host classes on a quarterly basis to a certain number of attendees or students, and they're very good at that. Other ways to align with that can be to be very active on the community, the FileMaker community site, to answer questions. There's also always a lot of questions, a lot of new people asking, how do I do this? How could I do that? So to be very helpful and mindful of that is a good way to align with that pillar. And it can also be to just have not necessarily classes, but you could author a book or articles on how to develop or how to get new knowledge on the platform and how to better develop. So that's really, really large. Now that I've explained the FileMaker Business Alliance, what's in it for you? What would you gain from becoming a partner? Again, I just want to have a quick overview of the ecosystem. So the first thing that you'll get from becoming a partner is being a full part of our ecosystem. Remember the equation with the problem solver, workplace innovation platform, and the ecosystem. I said before, this is a very major part of our equation of success. And you'll see that in this ecosystem, the professional developers are there. You've already probably heard Brad and other people, and you've seen in the new messaging that we always include now to have a trusted advisor, a professional developer, or something like that to be able to achieve to successfully achieve the resolution of your problem. On a more technical, down-to-earth portion of it, so what are the benefits from becoming a FBA? So first of all, you will, well, not first, there's no necessarily importance in the list, but one of the great things you'll get is that you will be listed on our website in the Find a Partner page. So you can on that page, you can search by location, so by country or states if you're in the United States or province in Canada. And you can also filter by speciality. So if I'm looking for a trainer or a consultant or a certified developer, so I have all these criterias. And if your company answers all those criterias, then it will appear in the listing. And we find that this is one of the most visited web page on our website. So this is a great way to get seen and get known by our web visitors, our online visitors. Also keep in mind that the platinum partners and the certified partners are going to be higher ranked in the results. Then you also get to resell the FileMaker software. As I said before, the grow pillar is important for us, but we want to give you something in exchange as well. So you get the discount that I talked about to be able to resell those licenses to the customers. We also offer a quarterly FBA reseller qualification training where we give you great tools and great insights on how to be better at selling our licenses and better understanding the different type of licenses that we have. Then another benefit that you get is that you are able to enter the Solution Bundle Program, SBA. I often say Solution Bundle Program because SBA and FBA they sound alike. It's crazy. So the Solution Bundle Program, I'll speak a little bit more in details about this. But this will enable you to have a vertical market solution that you've created for a specific type of customers that you get to sell to multiple customers, and you get a very good price on the licensing to be able to bundle them together and sell it as is. The marketplace that Brad showcased on his opening keynote, you saw the new marketplace. This is also offered to FBA partners only. So as an FBA, you get to have the possibility to submit a product or any type of plugin. I'll go in more details about what can go on Marketplace, but this is a great way to get seen again and get the word out there and get your name on our websites and get known by other developers, by online visitors, and also by our internal team. Because if we see your product in there and we get a call by a customer or a lead that says, I need some type of calendar or whatever the type of solution they need, and we know that you do that and it's awesome, then we'll refer them to you, of course. There's also a web page on the FileMaker website, which is for the FileMaker Events. So partners get to list any events that they're hosting, so any presentation, any training that they're having in their own region. And by doing this, you get to benefit from a co-marketing offer that we will take all the events from a specific region and we'll email that to our email base. So all our customers that are on our contact lists are going to receive a list of the events in their own region, in their own language, so that they can know that you're out there and you're doing that event. You also get access, so every FBA partner and all of their staff get access to the FBA community, partner community. So on that website, it's a separate community than the FileMaker community, and you get much more information on the different programs, the different options that you get. You get access to the price lists for both FBA and SBA if you want to. You get the latest announcements, and it's a great place to contact your partner manager as well, or any other FBA. If you have a question about a specific program, you know they have knowledge into this and you would like to get advice on how to put to market your solution, like that, that's always a great way to get in touch with other people. As I said, the FBA reseller qualification training. So this is something that we do every quarter, so 4 times a year. We offer this. It's free, of course. It's online. It's twice 2 hours. It's usually done by your lovely partner managers, so myself or my colleagues. And we give you tips on how to understand our licensing model, how to manage your pipeline, how to really sell, and how to discuss with your customers to get them to take action, not only with the licenses, but also with your solution, so with your consultancy that you offer them. So this is a great resource, and once you attend both sessions, then you're qualified as a reseller, and you'll be listed as a reseller on Find a Partner page. And you get much more. So you also get a 5-user annual license, not for resale. So it's included in your membership. So it's for use for your employees and yourself to be able to use internally. That's always, because it's annual, it's always the latest version. And if you need more than 5, then there's also, you have access to a 25 seat annual site license, not for resale, at 50% discount. So if you need more than 5 users, you can acquire that. What else? You also have a direct point of contact with your partner managers, which is a great resource for you. And yeah, so we can answer any questions that you have about the program. Some examples of the high-performing FBA. Within our FBA partners, there's a lot of different type of partners, as I said. And some of them are very high-performing, so they're doing great, and they're well established in their business, and they're doing amazing things. And we found that they often have the same attributes. So most of them are very good at finding net new business. So this goes hand in hand with the focus on advocacy. So if you're good at getting the word out there and getting new leads and new business, new people, reach out to new customers or possible customers, then of course you're going to get better, you're going to get more new business from that. So that's both for the grow and the advocacy pillar, of course. We also tend to see that those partners are really subject matter experts in a certain industry or in a certain type of customers. So they might be they might have a lot of knowledge in, for example, manufacture or inventory systems because they've done that in the past, and they tend to be they become experts in that matter. And that also goes with the vertical app focus. So they can have that knowledge and apply it to a specific product that then they get to resell as a bundle or as is, or they get to repeat the same type of solutions for their other customers. The last thing is, of course, because with all that success, you get to get more customers, you get to get more projects, so you need more developers, of course. You have to have a strong workforce in place already, but also a strong recruitment process in place so that you're able to quickly or to at least grow your workforce as you grow your business and as the demand grows. We've seen that in general, there's a ratio of demand from the customer versus the availability of developers of 8 to 1. So there's plenty of space for a lot of new partners to play in the playground, and this is why you need to have a strong recruitment force in place. Because if there's a lot of new projects coming your way, you need to be able to deliver and not just say to customers, yes, I'll get your project done, but in 6 months' time, they're going to find somewhere else to go. So again, just quickly, these they align a lot with 3 of our pillars of excellence. So these are the major 3 that we see that the high-performing FBA usually align with. So this is grow, innovate, and advocacy. In more details, some of the things that I said before in the list of benefits. So this is about the FileMaker Events. So when you have an event, no matter if it's in person or live online, if it's a workshop, a trade show you're going to attend or participate in, a conference, a meetup, a training, etc., you can list it on there, and we make sure to drive attendance to your event because all the online visitors will be able to see that there's an event coming up in their region or in their city, and they're going to be able to register on your website or on the meetup website or whatever you use as a registration form. And we also, as I said, every 2 weeks, we send an email blast to all our customer base, all our email base, to list all the upcoming events in their region and surroundings. Now, the deal registration. This is something quite new that we've put on the also new partner community site. What is it for? So it is to enable our partners to register any new deal or expansion deals, so either a new customer or a customer that needs more users in their contracts. And it enables you to grow your footprint. It makes us know where you're selling licenses and what for. And those deals also need to be closing in the next 6 months. So we don't want necessarily you to list all the possible contracts that you'll have for the next 2 years. That would be insane. We can't ask that of you. The benefits from doing that is that you get to keep track of your own pipeline. So you will be able to see when you log in on Partner Manager, on the home page, you'll see all the deals that you've registered. You'll qualify them by stage, and you'll be able to see your funnel, your pipeline, to see that you have those deals coming in soon. This is also a great way to inform your Partner Manager This information only goes to your partner manager. It does not go to the sales rep. So this is not the focus. We don't want to play in your customer base or steal your customer in any way. That's not the goal. We just want to help you close those deals successfully and better understand where your footprint is again. Because you can put those deals that you will purchase yourself for the customer and resell to them, or any other deals that the customer might come directly to FileMaker to purchase their licenses. You might want us to call your customers to advise them on the best license for them, because our sales rep are super good at doing that. They know it in and out, all the licenses model. Or if you have a customer that has to go through their distribution channel to purchase their licenses, you can't do against that. So if you have a hospital or a university that has to go to a certain distributor to purchase their licenses, we still want to know that that customer came to the platform because you were doing a great job for them. The marketplace is, again, a new feature on our website. It is now in beta testing, but what is it for? So any app, any template, so either a complete solution or a starter kit or a sample file that you have and you would like to share or sell. It can be for extensions, plugins, developer tools, add-ons, modules, connectors, etc. Or any training material that is not a live session. So if it's a book, some videos online, that you're on-demand videos, or any classes or whatever it is, that all goes in there. So anything that is not a live presentation or session is good. What are the benefits from there? Of course, you'll get great visibility on our website. And because this is our new feature that we've put a lot of energy in it, we want this to be a success. So we'll put a lot of marketing effort on it, and we'll make sure that this is great. We'll also have a global reach to our online visitors that will then go to your website to have more information. It can be both for free or purchasable solutions or products. There's also the possibility to get featured. So you see those 9 tiles on the top section. So these are featured products. These are awesome, and we love them, and we know they're good. They look good. They're great. So we're going to feature them and make them even more on the spotlight. So it also helps you grow your sales or your downloads on each of those products. And this is only available for FBA. Now, the Solution Bundle Agreement, SBA, what is this? This is, in one sentence, it helps you to bundle your FileMaker Platform solution and your license at a 50% discount. So you purchase your licenses in that program at half price of the retail price. You bundle them with your solution, and you can sell it as is, as one unit price. The basic requirements to be part of the program is your app must be reviewed by our team just to make sure that it's properly done and it makes sense. You know what you're doing, and it has to be approved. Once it's approved, then you're good to go. You have to be a FileMaker Business Alliance partner to be in the SBA program. Some of our partners are in the FBA program only to be able to participate in that solution bundle program. So that's fine. If that's the only thing you do, that's perfect for us. And you get to reach a minimum of 50 licenses within the first year that you're accepted in the program, and you have to renew at least those 50 licenses, and of course grow in the future because you want that as well. And then by entering that program, each of your customers will have their own license key. So you will be our customer because you're the partner that takes care of the bundling of the license and the product. But each of your end user, each of your customers will get their own license key. There's a star next to it because there are some exceptions. You can offer hosting for all your customers under one license key. So if you have, for example, one server with all the solutions for all your customers, they access your server externally, and they get access only to their own solution. So that's allowed. That's the only exception to the rule where you can do shared hosting, so have multiple customers on a single server. And if you do that, then you get one license key for your hosting server, and you get to deploy to all your customer base. We also have another exception, which is for very high-performing, high-volume solution bundle partners. So if they have more than 250 users per year that they have to manage, imagine that we have some partners that have 8,000 users with 600 customers. That would need 600 license keys to manage and to figure out which one is to which customers. So for them, we have a specific program, kind of, where they get one license key and they get to report within the FileMaker tool so that we can keep track of their customers. So they're treated differently. I hope that in a year or two I get to speak with you because you're interested in that high volume thing that I spoke about. That would be awesome. So what are the benefits? Quickly, so again, as I said, you get a 50% discount on the licensing price, so that's awesome. What's the exposure, the cost? So there's no cost specifically for that program. Whenever you pay your FBA membership, you get to get in the program if you want to, if we approve your solution. The only requirements is to maintain a certain number of licenses per year, as I said. Otherwise, it's pretty much, you get to do your own thing. It's good for us because it grows our sales exponentially because you're one partner and you have many customers for one solution. And the same goes for you. You build one solution and you get to sell it to 50, 100 users or customers. So that's great. What about maintenance, flexibility, inventory, and so on? So you can choose whichever type of licenses you want to use and bundle with your solution, except for the site license, of course, because that's a different product. So you can have annual licenses or perpetual licenses, depending on how you want to go to market with your solution. You can also have a user-based licenses or concurrencies, depending on how your customers access the solution. And if they need anonymous users to connect on the web or via whatever, FileMaker Go or so on, or if they're all named users, then you can go for the user license base. You also get to choose if you want to host the solution and get one license key, or if each of your customers will get their own license key and therefore have their own server, etc. If you go for the annual licensing, you can go in the cloud if you want to. That's only available for annual, of course. And also another benefit of going for annual is that if you have a customer, you have, for example, 75 users in total, and you have one customer with 10 users that says, you know what, I'm going to go for a different platform. Your solution is no longer for me. That's fine. That happens. So those 10 users, you can keep them in stock and then reassign them to another new customer in the future. Because it's annual licensing, the customer can't keep the license. This is not available for perpetual licensing because by definition, the perpetual license is perpetual to the customer where it was installed. Licensing costs, again, 50% off. That's great. Another good news is that when you grow your customer base, you'll get to have a better unit price. So when you start and you purchase 5 users, for example, you'll be in tier 1. We have tier price. So tier 1 is regular price. And the more you grow, the number of users you have, the smaller the unit price gets. So as you grow your customer base, for SBA participants, we have a special rule where we are counting all your users from all your customers to define what tier you're going to purchase at. So if in 1 year you reach 100 users, then you'll pay each new user that you add, even if you had 1 or 5 new, you'll pay them at the same tier price of 100. So that way, you get to know what's going to be your cost in licenses for any new customer, so you can predict what you're gonna pay for each new customer and your revenues from that. Otherwise, how you bundle, how you sell your solution is really up to you. You can go for monthly revenues, monthly fee for your customers. You can sell it as is, one time and that's it, and then you pay for the maintenance on a yearly basis. This, we don't get our say in it. The only rule is that you don't sell separately the license and the solution. Because we're giving you such a great discount on the license, we wouldn't want everybody to see, hey, that's the price of the license for FileMaker, I'm gonna go there. So once we sell it to you, you make sure you bundle it for one price for your customer, or one recurrent fee or whatever. You can really have a lot of options on how you sell your solution to your customer. Am I good on time? Yeah. How do you get started? It's pretty simple. You get to submit a FBA application, and in that application you give us all the details on your company. Your company has to have a minimum of 1 year of existence, just to make sure it's a proper company and you're not going to go bankrupt in 2 weeks, of course. And then you give us all the details on your address, your staff members, so that they can get the access to the partner community. You have to submit a work sample for us to review, but that can be waived if you're certified in the latest version. For example, I am FileMaker 18 certified. I don't have to send a work sample to get approved, because we already know as FileMaker, as Claris, sorry, that you're good to go. You're certified, so you've done your homework. You also have to provide 2 customer references so that we can just verify, if we need to, how you're doing your work. It's really simple. You give us their details and a quick information on what your business relation was like. You have to list all your products and services on your website. So you have to have a proper website that describes your services. If you're a hosting provider, it needs to be in there. If you're a trainer, it needs to be on there with all your information detail, your contact details, and that's about it. Then you also can be FileMaker certified, which is recommended but not mandatory. On the pricing side of things, so the annual membership fee is $4.99 US, or the equivalent in your local currency. I don't know. Is there anybody from outside of the US? Yay, one, okay. So yeah, there's the equivalent depending on where you're located. So if you're ready, you can open your smartphone on the photo app. You just look at that. That's going to lead you to the exact web page where the FileMaker Business Alliance application form is. On that page, you'll also get all the information that I've just said. So what are the requirements, what you need to do, how much will it cost, etc. You get the details of who to contact if you have questions. And on the down, if you scroll all the way down to the page, you'll get the application form. You'll also get the instructions on how to fill the form if you have questions, and the details on the requirements and some guidelines for submitting your work sample. I did say that for the work sample, if you're applying for a solution bundle, you can send the solution bundle solution for review, because that needs to be approved as well, and that can work as your work sample as well, so you don't have to submit 2 products. Then, please, 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 take a photo or whatever. Contact us, your partner managers, to learn more about this. We will be, most of the times, most of us are going to be at the Claris booth. Come and see us later today or tomorrow. So these are the names of my lovely colleagues and myself. So we each have our own territory. So wherever you're located, feel free to reach out to us. 2 of them are right there. So Mia and Tyler are supporting me today. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions, or if you're ready to submit your application. It will be a pleasure to learn more about your company and get you into the program. Do you have any questions for me? Yes? Yes. Okay, so the question was, for the SBA, you're not allowed to split the price of the solution and the licenses, but what if your customer needs more users, more licenses in the future? So you can build up your own pricing model that will, for example, enable your customer to have, you can have a per user price. So if your customer has 5 users, it costs this. If they need 1 more user, then there's the price for you, Mr. Customer. So your unit price per user could be a certain ratio of what the licensing costs and what your solution, because you're going to provide service for that additional user as well. So there's a cost to that. So you can add value to that pricing. It's not one for one. Because of course you're going to do the work of just calling us and say, I need 1 more user for that specific customer. But then there's more work for you in the end, because you're going to have support calls from them, or you have to train them, or depending on what the solution is. So that you can figure out yourself how you want to specifically price that. Yes?
Sorry, I thought I heard you say this, but I'm not 100% sure. You said that the licensing, SBA licensing, can be used for FileMaker Cloud. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So if you're on annual licensing under the SBA program, it is allowed to go on cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then kind of tacking on to what he was asking about as far as, I guess you said that you can't split out the cost of the licensing from your vertical market solutions?
Yes, correct.
Does that mean I have to sell a FileMaker license and have the customer actually sign an agreement that says so-and-so with FileMaker, or?
No. So the way it works is that you are our customer. So we will license the license key. So did everybody hear the question? Yes? Okay. So you get to purchase the license key. So you will be our bill to contact. You will also be our license to contact. And you get to assign that license key to your customer. And you're responsible for that license key. So you are our customer. We'll ask you for information on your contact, just so we can follow up when you need an additional user for that specific customer, so that we know which license key is for that customer. But we don't sell that license to that specific customer. Does that answer your question, or did I not understand your question?
I guess what I'm not understanding, you said it's assigned to that customer, but you're not selling it to that customer.
Exactly.
And so, say I have 100 customers that I'm providing a white glove professional service to,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm using FileMaker to deploy that and basically run the app.
Yep.
So does that mean that, so those 200 users that I'm licensing for, plus my internal support staff,
Mm-hmm.
so you're just coming to me basically and saying, hey, you're the owner of this one license. So I guess what I'm confused about is, why wouldn't you license for a specific customer, my customer, when I'm the one administering the licensing for pretty much everything?
Yeah. So the license will be registered, not registered, but we'll assign that license key to your customer just as a reference. So we know that if each customer gets their own license key, it's to enable you to have the servers for each customer. Because since the launch of 17, remember, there's no product. There's only the platform. So each license key provides the number of users attached to it, but also 3 servers and access through FileMaker, FileMaker Go, FileMaker Web, etc.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Or we could speak afterwards with a specific example of your customer base. I'm happy to go over in more details. No problem. Yes? No, okay. So for solution bundle, you mean? FBA, okay. So FBA, there's no minimum of licenses required. That's only for the solution bundle program. So if you're a FileMaker Business Alliance partner, the only requirements are to have a minimum of 1 year of existence for your company, have at least one staff that is doing FileMaker full-time, so that's logical. But that comes in play if you have more than one location. There needs to be at least one employee in each location that does FileMaker full-time. Okay, so when you resell licenses as a FBA to your customers, it's approximately 15% discount. So you will pay approximately, I say approximately because it depends on the tier price and the region where you're in and so on. But generally speaking, it's 15% more or less. You pay 15% less than the retail, and we encourage you to not give out that discount to your end user. That's yours to keep because you're doing the work of contacting your customers and then renewing the licenses and so on. No problem. And there's an awesome tool, I'll come to you right afterwards. There's an awesome tool online on the partner community. Every month we update it so that it's the latest version always. You can download, there's a sales price list tool called the Sales Assist tool. And it's really easy to use. You just get to enter the number of users, the type of licenses, if it's new or renewal, if you want to add users or so on. And it gives you exactly the unit price and the total price for you as an FBA and the retail price that you get to price your customers. So it's quite useful as a tool. Now. No, I'm kidding. You mean to get the discount and so on? It depends on what your view is of it. So you get much more than just the reseller discount. Yes, you get 15% discount if you resell the licenses, but there's much more benefit attached to it. You get co-marketing opportunities. You get to get in contact with your sales rep and with your local partner manager. And there's much more that you can gain from that. That is not necessarily a price tag to it. No worries. Yes? Oh. You. With the, yes, you. Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of work with nonprofits, so
Mm-hmm.
can we resell nonprofit licenses?
Of course. Yes.
And the bundled solution,
Mm-hmm.
that program, can that also be nonprofit?
No, unfortunately not, because the discount is already so great. There's just a regular pricing.
And one more question.
Mm-hmm.
If you have two vertical apps.
Yep. Oh, that's a
customer,
yes.
do they have to buy 2 licenses?
Okay, that's a great question. So I'm going to answer that in two things. So if you have 2 vertical apps that you would like to submit to the Solution Bundle program, they each have to be reviewed and approved separately, and they each have to have the same requirements. So they each need to reach a minimum of 50 users in a year and then renew year on year. So they're kind of separately treated. But if one of your customer has both solutions, of course you don't need to purchase twice the licenses for them. You're allowed to give them a discount for the second solution, for example, because you're not going to have to pay for those licenses. You're just not allowed to say, I'm discounting you this exact amount because you're not purchasing the licenses twice. You just give them a 20% discount or whatever you want to show on your invoice. But yeah, so no, you don't need to purchase.
Recap, those vertical apps have to be at least 50 licenses.
Correct.
Those 50, between the two, one customer could branch both the accounts.
Correct. Yes.
One of this 50 and one of this 50, and that person went buys 1 license.
Correct. Also, as a sidetrack to that, if you have one customer that already have their own licenses and don't want you to provide it to them because they have another solution, then you don't have to purchase the licenses for them, and then you just get to sell your solution as is. Because what's important to keep in mind is that when you're in the solution bundle program, the licenses we provide for that solution can only be used for that solution. So you cannot then add custom development and for them to use it on the same licenses. It's really just attached to that specific solution that you're selling them.
So one more question that you bring up then is, so if both vertical apps can't be running on the same server then, right?
Yes, in that case, they can, because it's the same customer. You see? Yeah. Yes, sir.
So what about extending the capabilities of a vertical market app as part of a regular development cycle? Does that mean I can still use the same license for that, right?
If you build a custom app on the side that will branch to that solution, is that correct? Because you can't customize a solution bundle program. I'm sorry? Oh, new version. That's what you mean? Yes. Of course, you're able to upgrade your offer and include new functionalities and so on. We don't have to review it every time you launch a new version. That would be crazy. As long as the updates that you're doing to your solution are applied to your whole customer base, then that's fine for us. Yeah. You just can't customize one of those solutions for one specific customer, because then you could use the same base and customize for all of them. And that would just be custom development. Yes.
So in the keynote today, they mentioned that there were 50 FBA members that had access to a lot of the new things that they were talking about.
Yes.
Aside from those 50 developers, were there any other FBA members that got any information about some announcements that were happening?
Yes. So.
I'm asking because you mentioned realignment.
Yeah. Of course. So for that, whenever there's an announcement to make or a new release, that's a good point. And the benefits, I forgot to say it. So you get first-hand access early to the new release, to the announcements, and so on. We also have quarterly online meetings called FBA Connect, where we talk about stuff that's going to happen soon and that we want you to participate in or to prepare for, and so on and so forth. We did not disclose those new things because that was really a big new thing that we didn't want to leak. But yeah, of course, we're disclosing more information to the FBA partners than to the general public. There's also, product-wise, there's also the option of being into the ETS program. So that's the testing before a release of one of the product. So the ETS is really for really good partners that are really specialized in an area of expertise and would be good to test a new functionality or a new product or something like that. So that's always very interesting for our FBA partners as well.
The other question that I had,
Mm-hmm.
I have a customer that I'm trying to put together a deal for them. You mentioned something about 25 user license.
Yep.
So if I'm developing on that 25 user license and they ask for a trial version before they buy their own license, can I put them on there for
No.
a period of time?
No. So that, did everybody hear the question? So for FBA, you're allowed to purchase a not-for-resale 25-seat annual site license. This is only for your developing team. So you can't host a solution for a customer to access, even for trial base, on that server or on that license. They could certainly go to our website and download the full trial version of the platform, but then you would have to figure out a way to give them access to the solution on a different server. Good. Thank you so much for your attention.